Good evening. Welcome to the March 20th regular Town Council meeting. And we will begin with the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dennis. Item number 2, are there any visitors who wish to speak? Yes, Todd.
Yeah, I just wanted, on behalf of Public Works, just wanted to endorse Gary, give us his support for tree warden. For those who don't know, he works hand in hand with us, emergency management, works with Eversource. He's done a phenomenal job saving us money in the long run. So I just wanted to give a little vote of support for that.
Thank you very much. Anyone else?
Brian Manware, Chairman of Public Works Commission, echoing what the director said. The commission had its monthly meeting last night, and we also endorse Gary to continue in his role.
Mike Neff, Emergency Management. Not going to be a broken record, but Gary's integral into our response during large-scale incidents and working with Eversource. So we endorse him too.
All right. Thank you very much.
John Olson, just like to see trees planted and, a little bit more oversight on the pruning of the trees. As I said, in Greenwich, they go out there with scissors and combs up here. They come in and whack them. So, Gary, if you can, keep a little eye on how they prune the trees.
Absolutely.
Any other visitors who wish to speak? All right. We'll go to item number 3, the approval of minutes.
We can go back real quick. I think Shiro wanted to speak.
Okay.
Sorry. My apologies. Running in the video. Do I have to come up here? All right. Hello. Good afternoon, all. I hope that everyone is having a wonderful week. I apologize for being on this. Unfortunately, printers seem to hate me. My name is Chiro Thomas Falanga. I live on Leffingwell Road here in Clinton. And I don't know if I have a short time to speak, or is there a time limit on said things?
I don't believe so.
Try to keep it a little bit brief. I just stand before you to talk about a little issue that our neighborhood and our nation as a whole is facing. And the following does not just come from my mouth alone, but from the mouth of the neighbors and fellow citizens and your constituents. I've already presented this issue to the Board of Police Commissioners, and they hold on to the petition that goes with this issue. The petition that I had, and that I had my fellow neighbor sign, was the following. We first include a part that said, "Dear Clinton Police Department, we would like to thank you for your service to our community during a time when your job is more difficult than ever. We appreciate all the work you have done in our town, and more specifically, in the Leffingwell, Grove, and Commerce area. The introduction of pedestrian signs makes our intersection more noticeable, though it has not been effective in stopping cars from speeding past. We believe that more permanent physical devices must be put in place." And then the petition continues to read, "Hello, fellow Clintonian," which is you and I. "Did you know that over the past decade in Connecticut, crashes involving pedestrians and bicyclists have almost doubled? Now, this statistic may not seem all that intense or realistic in our town. However, many of the causes that affect these incidents are evident today to anyone who would briefly study the passing of cars. Distracted driving is a serious problem, one that cannot be easily fixed by signs and lights. Fortunately, there are physical devices that can help. Some of these include speed bumps, speed tables, raised crosswalks, speed cushions, lane narrowing, and curb extensions. We live in a neighborhood where children and animals play, families walk, and people work. Our community is not a thing to speed past, but rather to slowly enjoy. We charge the Board of Police Commissioners of Clinton, Connecticut to solve the speeding and distracted driving of our neighborhood, specifically including, but not limited to, the Grove and Leffingwell intersection by May of 2024 with the physical devices listed above. This list is not exclusive and can be expanded to any other physical devices deemed necessary to reduce speed and protect pedestrians in our neighborhood. Sincerely, your neighbor. Police Chief DeMeo, as well as many on the Board of Police Commissioners, have shown their support in solving speeding and distracted driving in our neighborhood. Unfortunately, I've been told that their budget has been exhausted on all of their necessary expenditures and upgrades. So I came to the Town Council to ask for advice, town funding, and/or alternative funding routes, as well as the support of those here today and any small effort you can lend to this cause. I thank you for your time and your continued service to making the town the best it can be. Thank you.
Thank you, Chiro. Any other visitors? All right, hearing none, going on to the approval of minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of March 6th? Second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 4, the reappointment of Gary Bousquet, tree warden, for a term until April 2026. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries. Great. At this point, I'm sorry I didn't do it sooner, I would like to amend this particular item to include an appointment to the River Cog Agricultural Council. Brian Roccapriori has agreed to do it because we haven't found anyone else until further notice. So might there be a motion to approve Brian for that position? I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. First I have to add it. I always forget that. First I have to add it. Can we add that?
Motion to add it.
All right. Second. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Thank you very much. Now, is there a motion to approve Brian Roccapriori? Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstaining? Great, motion carries. Thank you very much. All right, now item number 5, the Henry Carter Hall Library Building Committee. We spoke about this the last time, and tonight we're looking for a motion to approve creating that committee.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain. You need to state how many people.
Oh, all right. Will you help me on that one? So we need to talk about the number of people on the committee. We're talking about a small number, and that would be 5 to 7? What do you think, Mary? What did we say, 5?
Dennis had talked about it.
Well,
Okay,
we said
good.
about
Dennis,
5.
you carry it.
I'd
Yep.
like to maybe add one more person possibly, only because I discussed with Todd from Public Works that it'd be nice to have a person from Public Works on that committee, only for one reason. They maintain that building for the town. And I remember way back now I'm talking about, we did a lot of things, we never looked into the people that had something to do with the building. In the latter years, when we had the building committees, we always liked to have everybody that was interested in that building or had some stake in the building, because sometimes you do things that, you know, are counterconductive to good procedures. So I asked Todd if he thought it was an idea, and he said if he could get a volunteer, or if he thought first that the council, you know, thought it was a good idea, he more or less said, yeah, he would go search out a person from the Public Works Commission to see, you know.
Okay.
Because actually, you don't want to put something in there that they can't maintain, or, you know,
Right.
so.
So
That's
what-
just my 2 cents on that.
So are you thinking 7 now?
Yeah, 6, 7, it doesn't matter, I guess, yeah, something like that, I guess.
All right, so should we go with 7, being an odd number? Okay.
Yeah, odd numbers.
And should we designate how many from the library? Do we need to do that, or are we just settling with 7 for a building committee? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I would just say 7 now and see what we get, because we may reduce it if we don't get these builders. Like I had mentioned to Mary, she had said, you know, Matter of fact, that's why I called Todd. I asked him if he knew of any builders in town that, you know, might be willing to volunteer for the committee. And I'm also trying to reach out to other people. So but maybe no one will step forward. Well, then possibly we could get by with 5. We'll see.
Okay.
But I think, yeah, a couple of people from the building committee, from the library, absolutely, because they're stakeholders in it.
And yourself?
Yeah, I'll be glad to volunteer from the town councils here.
Okay. Mary, do I need to do that motion again now that we have the number?
Just to amend it to include.
To amend it to include a 7-member council? Okay. Do we have a motion to amend it to a 7-member council? Second? Discussion? All in favor?
All right.
Any opposed? Abstaining? All right, great, motion carries. All right, number 6 is the fire department line item transfer request. Who would like to speak to that?
So, Brian Manware, Fire Chief, included in your packet was a briefing of the situation we're faced with our current R&M situation. I just ask if there's any specific questions that's not already answered in the letter.
In the letter, you said this was the first time that you asked for that, right?
Correct.
Do you foresee this problem moving forward, or is this just?
I think this year was just an anomaly with the number of significant repairs. Generally speaking, between July 1st and September, we try to front load our R&M budget and get the preventive maintenance programs out of the way. That's why we're so early in the process down to a smaller number.
The $9,000 you're anticipating reimbursement on, do you have any idea for how long that might take?
We have no idea. We have to pay the invoice first, and then we can fill out the application, have Mr. Brown sign it, and submit it to the state of Connecticut. And we don't know how.
So now in 7 years from now? Okay.
Right.
No, and hope they still have money left to pay.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? No. So do we have a motion to approve this line item transfer?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
All right.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. All right, so number 7, the financial monthly report. How are we doing that one, Mary? Just, if there are any questions, we can direct them to Ricky? Okay. Did anyone have any questions as to? No one? No? All right, okay, so we don't make a motion to approve that? No. All right, great. All right. Already, number 8, the chairman's report. I wanted to address the planning and zoning work that they're doing for us in terms of design review and future work on blight, but I'm not going to step on Brian's liaison report. He has a more, sort of a more embellished version. But what I would really like to do is remind everybody that just last meeting, we approved unanimously the objectives of this subcommittee that's working on communications. And we, on the basis of increasing awareness, increasing engagement, providing access, and enhancing transparency, we agreed, Chris Anaskovich, Brian Riker-Priori, and myself, to start providing content so that we could see more communications getting out to the public. And I've asked Mary to provide us with the screen so she can show us what she has done for us. Because we provided the content, but Mary has done this work, and she's completely reconfigured the webpage so we can have longer-running news items as well as the news flash that we had before. And these are the sorts of things that can stay on the updates for the town manager search, for instance, will remain there for a while. She also discussed just what we did last week, or I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago, with the town dock concession. And she's also taken this information and shared it on Facebook. And are you able to show that now? No, we're not able to?
No.
Okay. I invite everybody to take a look at the town of, if you do Facebook, look at the Town of Clinton Facebook page. The last one was the town dock concession stand notice, and I believe it's got about 350 likes, and she only put it up a couple days ago. So we're happy that the public is getting this information, and we're happy that public's happy to get the information too. And I'm very pleased with that. So, thank you, Mary. You did a great job. The next is a town manager's report.
Thank you. There are just two items. The first is that I just received the access and due diligence agreement concerning Pearson. That has been signed. The next step in the process is to have the attorneys work on the purchase and sale agreement. That's contingent upon clearing the title and the developer securing financing. And once we have the purchase and sales agreement, and it goes through 824 review from planning and zoning, the town will need to schedule a special meeting. So that process is moving along, but it's pretty deliberative and time-consuming. So as there's activity in the building, we'll post it on the website and let people know, and we can also let folks know where we are in the process. The second is we just received notice that we received $600,000 in congressionally directed spending, i.e. an earmark, and that is for the public safety radio system.
Excellent. Any questions?
That's different than the 500,000 we got for Steve for radios last summer, right?
Yeah.
Yes. The 500,000 that we got prior was from the state, I believe, and this is 600,000 from the feds.
A lot of money.
So it brings our total up to about, I think, 3.6 million.
Okay. All right, thanks, Richard. On to council discussion. Anybody have anything to discuss? No? No? Okay. Town council committee liaison reports? Anybody been to, I know Brian has.
Yep, planning and zoning, there was a presentation from Desegregate Connecticut about their Work, Ride, Live initiative, which is currently proposed legislation. The opportunity there is if we sign on to the Work, Ride, be a Work, Ride, Live community, we could potentially be prioritized for different funding that comes in, but the actual commitment to that is still in flux, so that will be coming back to that committee and then to the town council if we choose to go that way. And their regulations subcommittee, Mary started talking about that, they decided to focus on town-wide design guidelines and signage regulations and updating those, which not just for the downtown area, but for the town in general. And the committee decided to pause on rezoning a downtown area until the 2025 plan of conservation and development was complete.
Okay. Anyone else? Nope. All right. So on to number 12. Is there a motion to go into executive session and include Richard and Mary? Yes. Sorry, did I miss something?
Liaison reports?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah, I gotta have that PD.
Okay.
A week ago, we had the police department meeting. Just wanted to bring up a couple of items. I won't mention all the officers involved because they were too lengthy. But needless to say, I think everybody has read that there were arrests made of 3 individuals that stole cars here along the Harbor View area. The interesting part about those arrests was the fact that 2 of the individuals were minors, and 2 of those individuals had ankle bracelets on them from prior offenses. So you can see just how this is going as far as trying to crack down on these car thefts. The second thing was, in case people missed it, I don't know how you would, but the incident up at the mall where our police officers, 9 of them to be exact, were involved in the arrest, 7 of our officers were involved in the arrest of 9 individuals from New York who supposedly kidnapped an individual, brought him here to the mall for whatever reason. Anyway, with the assistance of other town agencies, so it just shows you that our police department, as I've mentioned many times before, is right out there doing the ball, trying to do the best they can to protect the town. Finally, the chief was invited, and I don't know, I guess it's more or less of a nice honor. The chief was one of the few individuals in the state of Connecticut, and he's going to represent small towns with the meeting with the FBI director, Mr. Ray. I guess it's coming up in New Haven this week or the next. So that's another feather in the cap for us as being acknowledged as one of the better police departments in the state of Connecticut. And with that, I'll end.
Thanks, Dennis. Any other liaison reports? Nope. All right, so now I ask for a motion to go into executive session and include Richard and Mary. Second? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, so do I have a motion to adjourn? Second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Objections? Motion carries. Thank you very much.